friends, and Merry Christmas. Oh, I'm sorry, that's not politically correct. What I meant was happy celebration of our one and only Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. This week's weekly roundup starts off on a high note with a very special announcement from our favorite jolly fat man in red. Yeah, that's right, Donald Trump has returned this week to tell the world that he's traded in his 4D chess set for a deck of two-dimensional digital trading cards.
Hello everyone, this is Donald Trump. Hopefully your favorite president of all time, better than Lincoln, better than Washington, with an important announcement to make. I'm doing my first official Donald J. Trump NFT collection right here and right now. They're called Trump Digital Trading Cards. These cards feature some of the really incredible artwork pertaining to my life and my career. It's been very exciting. You can collect your Trump digital cards just like a baseball card.
Now I know what you guys are thinking. You're thinking, there's no way anyone actually bought this shit, right? But if there's one plan we can all trust, it's a Trump supporter's plan to trust Trump no matter what the he does. So yeah, not only did people buy that shit, the entire collection of 44,000 NFTs sold in 12 hours, raising a whopping $5 million. Or so it seems. The people who oppose all conspiracy theories, ironically, have their own theory about what actually happened here. They believe that Trump's trading cards are nothing more than a money laundering scheme. This, of course, is based on nothing but their own deductive reasoning. Funny how people only use that when it confirms their bias. I gotta say though, watching these people become conspiracy theorists before my eyes is hilarious. The most common comments I've seen on the matter look something like this. I think Russian bot farms purchased them all as a means of paying for US secrets he delivered. This comment has 657 likes. This is what I thought also. He is washing all that Russia money. You know, I'm honestly proud of them. If I were to make my best guess, I would say it was a money laundering scheme too. And Russian bot boy is probably right, you know. These punks in politics need to find new clever ways to increase their wealth. I mean, it's not like they can just rob the American people right in front of their faces.
Who can take your money?
Who can take your money?
With a twinkle in their eye.
A twinkle in their eye.
Now, while Trump slowly removes himself from the throne of Q-tardia, Dr. Fauci remains the patron saint of the COVIDians. Fortunately for him, conspiracy theories can't end his reign, because the only proof we have of his transgressions is direct concrete evidence. Evidence Elon Musk had in mind when he posted his last pot-stirring tweet that read, "My pronouns are prosecute Fauci," a reference to Fauci lying under oath about whether the NIH funded gain-of-function research. Of course, the scientific community was quick to come to his defense on the lab leak theory, making some very interesting arguments in favor of his innocence.
Okay, so because it was not an intentional goal of the experiment to make disease worse, and because the NIH explicitly defines gain-of-function research as research that will increase the ability of infectious agents to cause disease by enhancing its pathogenicity or increasing its transmissibility in humans, the argument is that it was judged by multiple people at the NIH to not be gain-of-function, and therefore the NIH did not fund the gain-of-function, and therefore it was not a lie under oath.
So let me get this straight. The NIH didn't fund gain-of-function research because even though the researchers did indeed conduct gain-of-function research, they didn't do it on purpose. Therefore, the NIH has ruled that the NIH has done nothing wrong. Could you imagine using this argument in any other setting? Sir, I'm gonna ask you this one time and one time only. Were you hired to assassinate the victim? No, I was not. Then what were you hired for? I was hired to shoot the victim. Is there a difference? Yeah, not everyone who gets shot dies. Okay, say I shoot a man 12 times. Would it be reasonable for me to expect him to die? I don't know. If I had sex with your mother 12 times, would you expect her to die? What? Listen, you're making this a lot harder than it needs to be. Yeah, that's what your mother said. A gay Norwegian actress faces 3 years in prison for saying men cannot become lesbians. A lesbian filmmaker and actress was informed on November 17th that she was under investigation for speaking out against prominent Norwegian activist Christine Jentoft on Facebook. Jentoft is a transgender female that often refers to herself as a lesbian mother. You really gotta hand it to the patriarchy. I mean, feminism started as angry lesbians against straight men, and it's turned into angry straight men against lesbians. That's one way to penetrate a movement. Really think about it. Men have so successfully subverted that movement that dictionary.com has named woman the word of the year. All because people seeking the definition has spiked so high in the year 2022, which surprisingly, according to dictionary.com, is still an adult female human. Sounds to me like everyone who works at dictionary.com is either a biologist or they're in desperate need of some sensitivity training. Or better yet, instead of training them, they can just do what all the major news publications have been doing. Fire the bastards and refuse to answer questions. Turmoil at the Washington Post has intensified after a contentious town hall meeting on Wednesday in which the newspaper publisher, Fred Ryan, astounded staffers by announcing substantial job cuts to come, then quit the meeting, refusing to answer any questions. This is embarrassing. This is embarrassing. One staffer was heard saying as Ryan made his hasty exit. No, what's embarrassing is pretty much every headline out of the Washington Post. Headlines like this one: Shark Week lacks diversity and overrepresents men named Mike, scientists say. Yeah, this is a real headline written by a real journalist who is now shocked that he might be out of a job. I mean, the whole premise is completely ridiculous, as if there's an overabundance of white male shark experts with generic white guy names. Steven Spielberg apologizes to the shark population for feeding frenzy after Jaws. I truly, and to this day, regret the decimation of the shark population because of the book and the film. I really, truly regret that. In summation, Steven wants you to know that sharks are a marginalized group and that his toxic behavior perpetuated the negative stereotypes that hurt the community. All sharks are beautiful, innocent, gentle creatures. While it may be true that they're responsible for over 60% of oceanic predator attacks on humans, it's through no fault of their own. All bad shark behavior is the result of one thing and one thing alone: great white shark supremacy. Sharks don't have lungs to breathe, and if they can't breathe, neither can I. According to USA Today, minimum wage is going up in 23 states as $15 an hour gains steam. And in response to this historic news, McDonald's is celebrating by opening up its very first completely automated restaurant. Who would have thought that overpaying people to be human burger flippers would turn out to be a bad idea? Knock knock. Who's there? Orange. Orange who? Aren't you glad you demanded a minimum wage increase? I don't get it. And you won't get it, because you're fired. Now, to send you off on a high and festive note, Canadian Public Health Officer Theresa Tam took time out of her busy holiday schedule to call Mrs. Claus, who had some wise words for Canadian children just ahead of Christmas.
Well, kids, I'm just doing my yearly call to the North Pole for Santa's holiday health check.
Ho, 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 ho.
Why, hello, Dr. Tam.
Mrs. Claus, so good to see you again.
I always tell Santa to make a list and check it twice. 1, stay up to date on your vaccinations. 2, wear a mask in crowded indoor places and make sure it fits nice and snug. 3, wash your hands to the tune of jingle bells, jingle all the way.
Great advice. Thanks, Mrs. Claus. Happy holidays, everyone.
I think it's nice that Pharma hired Mrs. Claus to push their vaccines. Who better than an imaginary character to teach children about an imaginary virus? Alright guys, that's it for me today. If you like this video, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and check out some of these other videos from my channel. I will not be doing a weekly roundup next week. I'm gonna take the week off to enjoy my family and the holiday festivities, but I will be returning early January to do kind of like a full year wrap up for 2022. If you check out my last video, I actually pinned a comment where you can leave your suggestions for what you think was the most insane story of 2022, and maybe it'll make it into the video. Okay, I hope you guys all have a wonderful Christmas and a beautiful new year, and I will see you next year. Okay, I love you. Bye.